I would also request everyone to keep their phones on silent when. So first and foremost, namaskar, good evening. This is Dhruv Mohan from the Economic Times. You might be seeing them, but I am a big fan. So much for everything that you all do. I would like to welcome you all to the Make in India SME Regional Summit, an Economic Times initiative enable future-ready MSMEs. This is here to power the India at 100 vision. On behalf of the economictimes.com, I'm very excited to welcome you all today to the Thane edition of the SME Regional Summit. Now, welcome to Thane all, a hub of enterprise and industry across India. Thane has steadily emerged as one of Maharashtra's most dynamic SME growth corridors, with over 9,000 registered MSMEs and proximity to major industrial zones like Wagle Estate, Dombivli MIDC, and Amarnath. Thane plays a pivotal role in driving the state's manufacturing and services economy. The region contributes significantly to Maharashtra's rupees lakh crore GDP, particularly in sectors like chemicals, engineering, packaging, and textiles. Today, Thane stands out not just as a satellite city, but as a thriving hub of entrepreneurial ambition, industrial excellence, and resilient MSME innovation. And this gives us at ET immense pride of being in this city today. With the theme of Thane means business, manufacturing, excellence, entrepreneurial drive, this summit will explore opportunities and innovations in the state's thriving small business ecosystem. Today's event provides us with exceptional platform to celebrate the achievements of Thane's business exchange of knowledge and experiences, and chart a roadmap to build a globally competitive and future-ready MSME ecosystem in India. The Thane edition of the ET Make in India MSME Regional Summit is brought to you by economictimes.com, my home team, in partnership with IDBI Bank as banking and lending partner, the New India Assurance Company Limited as general non-life insurance partner, Canon as our tech enabler, and World Trade Center Mumbai All India Association of Industries as association partners. Grateful to all of you. Through engaging and insightful sessions with the dignitaries we have with us today, we aim to uncover a new growth opportunities and foster collaborations that will further amplify the success of Indian MSMEs. We at economictimes.com started this journey in 2023 across the key SME hubs in India. We are really passionate about it. Till date, we have completed 25 such conclaves across the country. Today, ET is proud to be in Thane. We are privileged to have a distinguished panel of subject matter experts and industry stalwarts who will share their insights and experiences on the challenges and opportunities for the MSME sector in Thane. With a diverse industrial base across key sectors, including manufacturing, chemical pharmaceuticals, and IT services, and more, of course, based in and around Thane. Today's summit promises to have insights and inputs that each one of you can take away for future of your as well and your businesses. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you to our esteemed MSME Summit. I would like to now invite Ashish Pandey, Principal Correspondent, economictimes.com, to deliver our welcome address.
Thanks to Mr. Nagraj Karla, Executive Director, IDBI Bank. I guess he's not arrived yet. Yeah, okay, fine. This is Anjali Mirchandani, Deputy General Manager, the New India Assurance. Dr. Vijay Kalantri, Chairman, World Trade Center, Mumbai, President, All India Association of Industries. Esteemed panel members, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the ET Make in India SME Regional. As Dhruv said, the Thane's theme very much clear. It's all about Thane means business, manufacturing excellence, entrepreneurial drive. It gives a broad sneak peek into what all is to follow in today. Well, what better than today? Start with it, because tomorrow being International MSME Day. As always, the Economic Times is proud to host a series of webinars. You are invited to join us online to be the part of the conversation. Log on to the website for more details and queries. You can reach out to our team and get the hold of the event. Now, coming to today's session, it aims to spotlight the vibrant MSME ecosystem in the city. To point it out very clearly, there are lots of things that we have to discuss today. I keep my welcome address both in English and Hindi, a mix of both. I was talking to Mrs. Anjali Mirchandani earlier. She said that why not we talk a lot more in Hindi or a kind of mix of both, so that because the audience here, maybe all of you may not be understanding what we are trying to articulate in English. English or the regional language or Hindi may be much more suitable for such kind of events, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the suggestion. So what exactly we are doing here today is Thane's reputation, as you all know, is a reputation of a well-established industrial hub, strategic location near to Mumbai, makes along with coupled with the robust infrastructure that it has. So in addition to that, the Thane Kalyan industrial belt in particular emerged as a key center for advanced sophisticated in the field of chemicals, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, artificial fibers, plastics, fertilizers, you name it, we have all in Thane. Rather than revisiting what we already have in Thane, we would like to emphasize more on the untapped potential of Thane, what it holds inside. I'll share some of the numbers, what we have on Udyam portal. Well, number clearly says district of Thane is home to around 162,000 MSMEs as per the data. Of these, around 142,000 are micro enterprises, a little more than 18,000 are small, and around 1,000 are medium-sized enterprises. That itself shows the story how fast Thane has grown over the years. Well, there are many examples. अगर हम थाने की बात करें, examples के तौर पर बहुत सारी industries हैं जो I've been talking to many stakeholders in the past few days. Even in the last few years, when I'm writing the stories around MSMEs, ET writes a lot about MSMEs, about the different cities of the country. जब हम थाने की बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारी ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज आती हैं जो बहुत इनोवेटिव हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर 90s की बात करें, 90s में चालू जो काम हुआ था यहाँ पर टेक्नो इलेक्ट्रोमेक एक तरह की कंपनी आप लोग अच्छी तरह जानते होंगे. नाउ इट सर्व्स इट्स क्लाइंट्स इन सेक्टर्स लाइक रेलवेज, डिफेंस एंड एनर्जी. तरह एक बात करते हैं मिड साइज कंपनी थाने बेलपुर इंडस्ट्रियल एस्टेट बेल्ट में, सॉरी, हायदर इंडस्ट्रीज करके उसका नाम है. ये भी एक लोकल सप्लायर है प्लास्टिक मोल्डेड पार्ट्स का फॉर ऑटोमोबाइल्स. लेकिन आज देखा जाए तो देश भर की और अब्रॉड में भी जो ओएम्स हैं, ओएम्स को ये सप्लाई करते हैं. इसी तरह से हम व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंड ग्रीन स्टफ, देयर आर मेनी कंपनीज इन थाने. फॉर एग्जांपल इकोपैक इंडिया, इंटोग्राफिक, इस तरह के बहुत सारे नाम आते हैं. और अलॉन्ग विद दैट देयर प्रिजर्वेटिव फ्री स्नैक्स व्हिच हैव लेवरेज्ड ऑन लोकल इंग्रेडिएंट्स. Despite all this, when I talk about the innovations, the kind of work that Thane is doing in terms of the growth of the MSMEs over the years, बहुत सारे challenges. So it's not that कि थाने में ये challenges है. I go to different parts of the country, I see many cities, even though they are doing very well in terms of MSMEs, but there are some challenges that are very much common to them. But Thane is no exception to me as far as I understand it. I was talking to a couple of panelists yesterday. I went and met them. जो भी हमने सारी बात की उसमें से वो चीज तो it stood out for me. The first one was about the credit availability thing. Credit availability का एक ऐसा इशू है जो पूरे थाने में नहीं पूरे देश में एक बहुत बड़ा इशू है. Of course, the center has come out with various schemes for MSMEs. For example, PGT MSME की हम बात करते हैं, सेंटर की स्कीम है, but what they entrepreneurship development, cluster-based initiative. These are the basic things that I talked right now. Of course, as the session, we'll discuss a lot more about them. Now, coming to the economic times, we are keen to explore meaningful ways to incentivize MSMEs to embed sustainability into the business. Today's panel discussion and many informal conversations on the sidelines conference, I look forward to engaging with entrepreneurs. As part of our on-ground summit series across India, our goal is to foster collaboration, address on-the-ground challenges. Well, on the occasion of World MSME Day, that is June 27th, tomorrow, it is proud to announce the launch of registrations of the 6th edition of the prestigious MSME Awards 2025. The coveted awards program celebrates the innovation, resilience, and excellence of India's top MSMEs across sectors. Registrations will open on June 27th, 2025. To learn more about the awards or participation process, please feel free to connect with the team during or after the. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to you all. I look forward to connecting with you on the sidelines of the event. Thank you. Good evening.
And I hope that for us all, आप सभी को बहुत मजा आने वाला है. All right. Now we are in for a very, very note by Dr. Vijay G. Chairman, MVIRDC, WTC Mumbai, and President AI.
जैसे क्लू ले रहा हूँ. Thank you. My neighbor, but he doesn't know me. Take my colleague. सबसे पहले तो जब एमएसएमई की बात आती कुछ इशू टेक्नोलॉजी अब बातें कही. मुझे सबसे पहले आता है फॉर्मेलिटीज है ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस की बात. स्टार्टिंग से हमें दिक्कतें आती है. बात फाइनेंस, बात टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेड, ये सब. तो जब हम की बात करें कि फॉर्मेलिटीज कंप्लीट, परमिशंस ले, हर जगह पे क्यों दिक्कत आती है. तो गवर्नमेंट बोलती है सिंगल विंडो. जॉइंट डायरेक्टर आने वाले थे, आए, सिंगल विंडो क्यों, सिंगल डेस्क होना चाहिए. ये डेस्क पे मैंने पेपर छोड़ दिए, सब परमिशन जानी चाहिए. सिंगल विंडो क्यों होना चाहिए. दूसरा, पहले मैं शॉर्ट में बात करूंगा, फिर डिटेल. फाइनेंस, फाइनेंस का एक एप्लीकेशन किया ब्रांच में, ब्रांच से हेड ऑफिस जाएगा. डिपेंड करता है क्या आपकी लिमिट. आजकल तो खाली क्रेडिट कमेटी के बगैर होता ही नहीं है, और डिले होती है. कई फॉर्मेलिटीज है. एंड में बोलेंगे कोलेटरल चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट ने कहा है कोलेटरल नहीं, सिक्योरिटी के लिए चाहिए, क्योंकि आपका कोई बैकग्राउंड नहीं है. जब कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनता है तो उसका भी पहले बैकग्राउंड नहीं होता है प्राइम मिनिस्टर. तो हमारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स का क्यों बैकग्राउंड, इसलिए एमएसएमई. दूसरा, उसके बाद बात करें तो मार्केट एक्सेस, गुड पॉइंट. टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन टाइम होते ही रहना चाहिए. इनोवेशन ऑर्डर ऑफ द डे मानते हैं हम लोग सब. टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन मानते हैं. आज आप देखिए अपना कारगिल वॉर हुआ था, कई चीज़ें बनी थी एमएसएमई. आपने थाना की बात कही तो यहाँ पे हेडलैब कंपनी देवदर साहब की, वो बहुत फेमस थी वागले स्टेट में, अब है कि नहीं मुझे नहीं पता. पद्मश्री देवदर साहब ने जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में इनोवेशंस किए थे बहुत कम ने किए, और वो थाना में ही थी वागले स्टेट. और थाना में ये प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं, जैसे कि हम एक छोटा जगह और देखें तो धरावी, तो पता ही नहीं कि धरावी में कितनी 1 बिलियन के ऊपर का टर्नओवर है धारावी का। बहुत बड़ी इकोनॉमी है धारावी। तो लगता है खाली ये धारावी है। छोटी इंडस्ट्री हर तरह की है। लेदर तो खाली नाम का है, कई चीजें हैं जो बनाते हैं वहाँ पे, आप जाके देखिए। उस दिन ऐसे ही मैं बात करते करते कहा था मैंने बने फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी या बैंकर बने जो एमएसएमई देखता है, उन्हें 1 महीना एमएसएमई में जाके ट्रेनिंग लेनी चाहिए। ये 1 महीना एक एमएसएमई चलानी चाहिए, तो उन्हें पता लग जाए कि इनको क्या दिक्कत है, क्या होता है एमएसएमई, एमएसएमई कैसे चलती है। रियल एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा आपको। आपको ना बोलना हाँ बोलना तो बहुत ईजी है। तो ऑफिसर बोलता है नहीं नहीं ये बराबर नहीं, पेपर बराबर नहीं, कल आओ, परसों आओ। एक एंटरप्रेनर होता है, वही सब कुछ करता है। आज अगर मैं एंटरप्रेनर हूँ तो परमिशन लेने में जाता हूँ, बैंक में मैं जाता हूँ, जो काम है सब मैं करता हूँ। सिंगल एंटरप्रेनर को मेरे पास 10 पैराफर्नालिया नहीं है। मेरे बैंकिंग के लिए अलग आदमी, मेरे फॉर्मेलिटीज़ के लिए अलग आदमी, और ये जीएसटी आने के बाद और फॉर्मेलिटीज़, डीमोनेटाइजेशन और जीएसटी होने के बाद एमएसएमई को कई दिक्कत है। इनिशियली कई हिकअप्स आए। एस्टिमेट है, आज महाराष्ट्र का भी एस्टिमेट, काफ़ी ग्रोथ है एमएसएमई एरिया में भी है और सेक्टर में भी है। मैं इस एरिया को ही बिलोंग करता हूँ, थाना को। मैं हूँ मुंबई से, मगर मेरी यहाँ फैक्ट्री थी। जो ग्रोथ हमारी थी महाराष्ट्र की, आज वो नहीं है एमएसएमई में। 50% एस्टिमेट है, ये अंदाज हो सकता है कि एमएसएमई बंद हो गई है या एमएसएमई लड़खड़ा रही है महाराष्ट्र में। हाँ, खाली महाराष्ट्र की बात कर। आज हम बोलते हैं 7 करोड़ एमएसएमई है इंडिया में, ओवर 7 करोड़। गवर्नमेंट की फिगर्स 6 करोड़ है, 5 करोड़ है, हर एक के अलग अलग फिगर्स है, बट इट इज़ ओवर 7 करोड़। तो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप देखने जाओ तो छोटी मोटी बिजनेसेस को भी गिनो तो बहुत हो जाता है। तो आज डेफिनेशन भी चेंज हो गया है, लिमिट बढ़ गई है टर्नओवर की इसकी। तो अब बैंकों के लिए एक है और हमारे आपके लिए, आपने भी फिगर्स दिए माइक्रो के और सबके, वो अच्छे करेक्ट फिगर्स है, आपने थाना में एसेस किया होगा। मगर इसमें जो फाइनेंस होता है उसमें ऐसी फिगर्स नहीं आती है कि हमने कितना फाइनेंस दिया। तो अब गवर्नमेंट ने बड़ा अच्छा किया है कि एमएसएमई का स्केल बढ़ा दिया, तो आपको रियल एमएसएमई को कितना पैसा मिलता है पता नहीं लगता है। जैसे मैं एमएसएमई की स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में हूँ रिजर्व बैंक की, तो मैंने कहा था उधर कि पहले हमें 12% के ऊपर एमएसएमई को फंडिंग होता था रिजर्व बैंकों का, जो आज 8.33 या 8.23 हो गया है, कम हो गया है। तो उन्होंने रिप्लाई दिया कि क्योंकि काफ़ी टर्नओवर बढ़ गया है, आप लोग का वॉल्यूम बढ़ गया है, तो बोला आपका भी वॉल्यूम बढ़ना चाहिए ना। अगर हमारा वॉल्यूम बढ़ा है तो आपका भी वॉल्यूम बढ़ना चाहिए। और टाइमली और एडिक्वेट फाइनेंस, ये प्रॉब्लम एमएसएमई का हमेशा रहा है, आज भी है। कोई कुछ भी बोल दे, कई योजनाएं आई है, कई ऐसे हम बातें करते हैं एमएसएमई में, ये कर रहे हैं ये कर रहे हैं। अब प्रधानमंत्री, प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो भी है, सब लोग जब एमएसएमई में आते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बातें करते हैं और अच्छे अच्छे भाषण देते हैं और एमएसएमई के लिए इतना अच्छा बोल के जाते हैं कि हम भी बहुत तालियां बजाते हैं और हम भी बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं। मगर वो रियलिटी में होता है क्या? और आज मीडिया, और जैसे कि आज आपने ये जो प्रोग्राम किया ईटी राव, आई एम रियली ग्रेटफुल कि कल एमएसएमई डे और आपने आज प्री लॉन्च किया इनडायरेक्टली, तो बहुत अच्छा किया है। मगर ये एक मुहिम चलाई है कुछ एमएसएमई के बारे में कि रेगुलरली ये 4-5 इश्यूज है, ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, फॉर्मेलिटीज, लेबर लॉज। दूसरा लेबर लॉज 50, तो हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने लिखा था कि ये लेबर लॉज हम ख़त्म कर दें कि 50 वर्कर तक, जो एमएसएमई का उन्होंने क्राइटेरिया बनाया था कि 50 वर्कर तक एक्सेप्ट 2 चीज़, मिनिमम वेज और टाइमली सैलरी, ये देवे तो दे शुड नॉट कम अंडर द परव्यू ऑफ लेबर लॉज। वो नहीं हुआ। नरसिम्हा राव जी ने उस टाइम कहा था, ये डिलेड पेमेंट एक्ट जब अनाउंस की, जब ये कहा था, उन्होंने हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को चिट्ठी लिखा कि आप ऐसा करिए और रिवर्ट कीजिए। काफ़ी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने चिट्ठी का रिप्लाई भी नहीं दिया। तो आप लेबर लॉज, आपको लॉज क्यों चाहिए? सिक्योरिटी ऑफ जॉब, सिक्योरिटी ऑफ सैलरी एंड मिनिमम वेज, उसके बाद क्यों चाहिए लॉ? आज गवर्नमेंट को भी रेवेन्यू चाहिए, जीएसटी में या कहीं भी। आपको इंस्पेक्टर्स क्यों चाहिए? अब तो ऑनलाइन है, सब ट्रैक होता है। मगर आ जाता है हफ्ते में एक दफ़ा कोई ना कोई मेहमान हमारे, तो हम लोग को मेहमान नवाजी करनी पड़ती है। सब मेरे जो MSME के फ्रेंड्स है वो बोलते हो कुछ सहूलियत हुई है मगर अभी कुछ होना बाकी है। अगर हमें ग्रोथ चाहिए, हम महाराष्ट्र 1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बाय 2027, 5 ट्रिलियन बाय 2027 इंडिया की इकोनॉमी, और हम 2040 तक 40 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी। अच्छी बात है, ये सब होना चाहिए, ग्रोथ होना चाहिए, इंडिया का पोटेंशियल भी है, इंडिया इज नेक्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट। मगर ये करने के लिए जो भी है गवर्नमेंट का मिनिमम लॉ होना चाहिए। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कहा मिनिमम लॉ बेटर गवर्नेंस, बड़ी है क्या? लॉज रोज बन रहे हैं। आज कोई भी यहाँ एक भी आदमी मुझे बोल दे कि उनको पहले से एक फॉर्म कम भरना पड़ रहा है, नहीं होगा, ज़्यादा भरना पड़ रहा है। वेदर आप कॉर्पोरेट कॉम्प्लायंस हो, कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स का हो, GST का हो, कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट का हो, ज़्यादा फॉर्म्स हो गए हैं। इसलिए है क्योंकि लिबरल का एक एक्सप्लेनेशन ही नहीं है। लिबरल मीन्स क्या? लिबरलाइज पॉलिसी, ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, हर चीज़ की सुविधा देंगे, कैसे देंगे? और आप स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में देखिए, आप कभी भी कोई डिपार्टमेंट में जाते हैं, आपको जब भी जाना हो तो कोई ऑफिसर आपको सीट पे मिलता है। आज आप बैंक में पहले एक था कि 1 महीने में 1 दिन चेयरमैन ओपन हाउस मिलेगा, बाद में पता लगा कि उस दिन चेयरमैन होता ही नहीं है ऑफिस में। डेट्स थी ऐसे। मैं कैनरा बैंक, देना बैंक के बोर्ड पे था। मैंने कहा ये क्या है? अरे नहीं, हमको दिल्ली से कॉल आ जाता है, कोई और कॉल आ जाता है, हमें जाना पड़ता है। अरे उस दिन बोल दो आज नहीं आएंगे हम। गवर्नमेंट भी उस दिन क्यों बुलाती जब आपने ओपन डे अनाउंस किया है? अब मिलिए ना सबको ऐसे ही बैठ के। आप पब्लिक सर्वेंट है, आप पब्लिक को मिलिए। हर डिपार्टमेंट को ऐसा करना चाहिए कि आप आ जाइए इस दिन, तो हम रहेंगे 11 से 4 या 10 से 1, 10 to 1, एनीबडी कैन कम, वी विल बी इन द ऑफिस। आप आज महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट में कितनी ऑफिस है मैं बता, जो MSME से डील करती है, वहाँ आपको कभी भी आप अचानक चले जाइए तो आपको ऑफिसर नहीं मिलेगा। आप हमारी ऑफिस में अचानक आइए, हम उधर बैठे मिलेंगे आप। तो वहाँ क्यों नहीं मिलना चाहिए? जैसे आप प्रेस में भी है, दोपहर को 12 बजे के बाद आपको शाम को 7 बजे तक मिलेंगे ही हो। एडिटर नहीं मिला तो सब एडिटर मिल जाएगा, कोई ना कोई मिलेगा। तो वहाँ भी क्यों नहीं मिलना चाहिए? उनको भी बहुत बिजी है, उनको भी रोज लिखना है, इतनी कॉलम भरनी है। आज MSME में अगर हमें ग्रोथ लाना है तो फोकस करिए MSME पे। गवर्नमेंट फोकस करे, बैंकर्स फोकस करे, ऑफिसर्स फोकस करे कि नहीं इनको ऊपर लाना है। आज कई MSME में जिसके बिजनेस है या मीडियम स्केल के हैं, उनके बच्चे बोलते हैं कि हमें आपका धंधा ज्वाइन नहीं करना है, हम तो प्रोफेशनली कहीं नौकरी कर लेंगे। वो आना नहीं चाहते हैं इंडस्ट्री में। और आज देखिए, जो चाइना का हम 2 बिलियन इंपोर्ट करते थे, आज 160 बिलियन कर रहे हैं। ये सब MSME में प्रोडक्ट्स बनते थे। हमने इंपोर्ट्स को एनकरेज किया पहले कि वो, मतलब पिछली गवर्नमेंट में था ऐसा कि अगर फॉरेन एक्सचेंज बढ़ रहा है तो अगर हम इंपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे तो इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ जाएगा। अच्छा, MSME ने जब भी प्रोटेक्शन मांगा नहीं दिया। आज देखिए, जो फॉरेन कंपनी से आती है पहले लॉस करती है। जैसे कोको कोला भी आई थी, उसने पहले 1000 करोड़ लॉस किया तो अमेरिकन बैंक ने उसको फंड किया। आप लॉस के, आपका टर्नओवर कम होता है तो बैंक लिमिट कम कर देती है। तो आपको कुशन तो देते ही नहीं है हम। फिर आप इनफॉर्मल बोरोइंग करते हैं, उसमें ज़्यादा पैसा देते हैं। NBFC से बोरो करते हैं, ज़्यादा पैसा देते हैं, उतना वायबिलिटी नहीं है, मगर फिर भी हम बोरो करते हैं। तो ऐसी कई प्रैक्टिकल दिक्कतें हैं जो MSME में रिजॉल्व होनी चाहिए। मुझे लगता है कि टाइम टू कम ये होगा, मगर कब होगा ये देखना है। आज MSME का कोई मिनिस्टर है, दिल्ली में हो या यहाँ हो, वो हफ्ते में कितने दिन ऐसे रखे उसने कि मुझे MSME का कोई भी आ जाए 2 से 4 या 6 से 2 से 5 में मिलूंगा। ये करिए ना। आज हम MSME को ये जागरण करना चाहिए। एक बार मॉडरेट क्रेडिट का हुआ था, जब VP सिंह के टाइम में, कि मॉडरेट क्रेडिट नहीं मिलेगी, ऐसा है, ये दिक्कतें आई। तो हम उस टाइम मॉडरेट क्रेडिट के टाइम पार्लियामेंट पे मोर्चा ले गए, 5000 आदमी गए हम लोग MSME के। VP सिंह आया पार्लियामेंट हाउस से बाहर और बोला मैं कल से विड्रॉ करता हूँ, ये नहीं ये होगा। तो आज वैसा कुछ मूवमेंट भी नहीं है। आज हम 100 आदमी का मोर्चा ले आएंगे तो वो लोग चूज करेंगे, अगले दिन जीएसटी वाला आ जाएगा, कोई इनकम टैक्स वाला आ जाएगा, कोई और आ जाएगा। तो आप सब बोलते हैं अभी गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट बोलना नहीं, गवर्नमेंट करना नहीं। आजकल न्यूज़पेपर में भी ऐसा ही हो रहा है, पेपर बोले कुछ लिखने का नहीं। तो कुछ तो हम लोग को मुहिम चलानी पड़ेगी ना, ताकि एमएसएमई में ग्रोथ हो, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ग्रोथ हो। मुझे खैर इतना ही टाइम दिया है, मैं जितना बोलना था मैंने बहुत प्रैक्टिकल बात की आपसे। फिगर्स तो सब तो मेरे पास भी है, सब 40% ग्रोथ ऑफ जीडीपी, ये सब मैं वो सब नहीं बोला। मैं बोला कि एक प्रैक्टिकल बात करूँ आपसे कि मन, जैसे वो कई बार बोलते हैं मोदी साहब आजकल बोलते हैं मन की बात, मैं वैसी बात आपसे मन की बात कर रहा हूँ आपसे, और प्रैक्टिकल कर रहा हूँ। ये सब दिक्कतें हम कैसे सुधारेंगे? आप हमको सब एक छोटे ग्रुप बनाने चाहिए, लिखना चाहिए, और एक न्यूज़पेपर वालों को भी एक कॉलम देनी चाहिए कि एमएसएमई कॉलम। हर वीक में कोई भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप लिखना चाहे हमें भेज दें, हम ये 20 लाइन लिखे, 15 लाइन लिखे, कुछ कम कम ज़्यादा जो भी हो, एक छोटी कॉलम हम लोग को दे दे, तो वी शुड डू इट। नहीं, यूज़ करो हम लोग, हमको पता भी होना चाहिए ना, अवेयरनेस। जैसे आज गवर्नमेंट में एमएसएमई की कई पॉलिसी है मगर अवेयरनेस नहीं है, तो अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करें। आप भी बताइए कि ये कॉलम है, तो ये कॉलम में लिखे हम, और हमारे सब एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को लिखना चाहिए। और अगर कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर को नाम नहीं देना तो बिगड़ नाम लिख दे, आपको नाम पता हो मगर आप उसमें नाम नहीं छापिए अगर उसको अपना नाम नहीं देना है तो। जैसे आज मैं समझो आईडीबीआई के हैं, मेरे को आईडीबीआई के लिए कुछ लिखना है कि मैं ऐसा गया, मुझे दिक्कत हुई, जस्ट एग्जाम्पल है, नॉट अबाउट यू, बिकॉज आई नो बिजनेस विद आईडीबीआई, तो लिखना है तो आप लिख दीजिए, क्योंकि अगर नाम से आएगा तो शायद जो मुझे मिल रहा है वो भी नहीं मिले। तो इसलिए नहीं, ये नहीं बोलेंगे, पर इनका जूनियर आके इनको बोलेगा, सर ही इज राइटिंग लाइक दिस, यू शुड नॉट, वी शुड नॉट डू दिस फॉर हिम। ये बोलेंगे नो नो इट हैपेंस, ही इज एग्रीड सो इज राइटिंग। बोल नो 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 सर, बट स्टिल यू मस्ट नॉट, आई विल नॉट पुट, आई वांट टू कीप योर प्रेस्टीज। क्या करोगे, जूनियर बोलेगा तो आप सुनोगे, ऐसे होता है। व्हाट सेम थिंग इज हैपेंस इन द गवर्नमेंट। So with these few words, thank you very much for listening to me patiently. I hope what I spoke you liked. If you are not liked also, please forgive me. Thank you very much.
Sir, it really means a lot, and I think हम सब ने कुछ सीखा अभी, for sure. अब हम बात करेंगे एक बहुत ही important मुद्दे के बारे में। टाइम आ गया है fireside chat का, और this is going to be about business insurance. Now, business insurance, though highly underrated, is a critical aspect for the peace of mind for any business. ये सब बात हम ये समझ सकते हैं. Be it for factory operations or exports as an element in workforce engagement, having sufficient and strong insurance covers a very big difference. This is basically like a make or break. That is the reason this fireside chat is going to be very crucial. It is being moderated by Ashish. I welcome him on the stage. And may I request Ms. Anjali Mirchandani to join us on stage for this chat on how New India Assurance is empowering MSMEs to comprehensive vision.
Hello. Well, thanks, Dhruv. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I already gave a welcome note, made clear many of the things. Well, now we have Ms. Anjali Mirchandani, DGM, New India Assurance. We will be having a quick fireside chat with her on the various topics that we have. Before that, I would like to inform you, everyone over here, something around 5:30, and we are going live on YouTube. You can ask my team for the link if you want to see it live stream. So it's 6:30, and we are going live. Yes, we'll start with the fireside chat, ma'am. First of all, About the company, of course, we will keep it mixed in English and Hindi. We decided earlier. So, ma'am, I'll start with the insurance protect Thane-based MSMEs, the comprehensive business model that you people have. When we talk about Thane's industrial potential and the infrastructure that he has, it can be hit by monsoon-related flooding, and of course the ensuing accidents that can come with it, which are very likely in the industrial belt. Ma'am, I want to know your view, ma'am, how your company is looking at it, what kind of products that you are developing, और इसके बारे में मैम और क्या-क्या सोच रहे हैं और already क्या-क्या कर रहे हैं मैम?
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Vivek, for inviting me here. And thank you, Ashish, for such an enlightening session. I have been enjoying every moment of it ever since it started. I'm indeed proud and privileged to be here to represent my organization and talking about general insurance. I'll just give a brief update before I address your query, Ashish. I represent New India Assurance Company. I have my office in Thane, in Navi Mumbai, basically. And Thane, much has been said about Thane in the welcome address, subsequently also. And it is a very thriving business community, as we all know. And we're very proud to have our established institution here in Thane itself, and also in various places in Navi Mumbai. Ashish, now coming to your query about the flood and related incidents. So let me begin by saying that MSME insurance has been very close to our heart in New India. And this year we have gone ahead and introduced the year of MSME in New India Assurance also. When we talk about MSME, the first thing that comes in mind is in this ecosystem, you need to be having a very, very sustainable and a very, price conscious product, because we all, as we say, we operate on very thin margins. What you're talking about is flood and allied perils. This has been one of the most basic forms of insurance for quite some time now. Very popular product. Most of the MSMEs, because they are having some or the other funding, they take from banks and other financial institutions. This is one of the most sought after products, and practically most of you would be having a fire insurance. Coming to NatCat perils, natural catastrophic events like flood, it is always there in the bundled product that any of the insurance or we also provide. And I think I would also go on record to say that we are one of the best claim payers in the market. The settlement ratios of our company are the best in the industry. It is, since this insurance has been a very traditional form of insurance, talking about flood, I would say that we are very, very competent to deal with any eventuality, and we have been dealing with various eventualities, be it the Mumbai floods of 2005, or later on, if I may mention, the Mahad floods, where practically for 10 days, the entire district was underwater for almost 10 feet. So these are just a few instances. Floods are not new to Mumbai. They're not new to Thane. They are not new to Dombivli and Bhiwandi belt. And we are not new to floods. We are very capable and very efficient of handling the claim processes. It's very quick and it is very effortless. Sometimes problems will always happen, but mostly we are very well poised to deal with these kind of insurance products as such, calamities.
That's fair enough. Okay, ma'am, coming to the second point is we know that Thane has high concentration in the, as I mentioned before, be in the plastics, fertilizers, you name it, Thane has it all. That means highly concentrated in terms of the industries, particularly MSMEs that we have. Why I'm asking this question is because when you have industries, such big basket, the diverse industries that you have, you also need to be very careful about the environmental regulations, the regulations that come up with the environment, also the pollution aspect of it. I want to understand any kind of products that you people have, or you have a solutions, or any kind of product that you have that is catering to this particular need, if MSMEs want to avail.
So thank you, Ashish, once again. Yes, we do have a pollution liability insurance cover, which is very, very specific to the needs of the industrial pollution and environmental pollution. But I'll just, kind of divert this topic into one other very important fact that I would like you all to deal with. I'm sure many of you in the audience and here also in Thane, in the MIDC, WADA, other area, there is a huge chemical belt out here, right? In Rabale, in Turbe, huge chemical belt out here. And though I may not be talking immediately about the pollution liability or the pollution and the environmental cleanups, what I would like to bring to your attention is that the Public Liability Industrial Act. You know, there is a PLI Act of 1991, which has been very recently modified in the year December 24. What does this act mandate? It talks about any legal liability arising out of the use of any of the chemicals listed in the act. So the act is very important because this imposes a statutory obligation on the, the manufacturer, the trader, the person who's storing or warehousing, a person who is transporting these liquids, to have this insurance. It's a statutory insurance, and the limits have recently been revised to from 5 crores and 15 crores to 150 to 250 to 500 crores. They've been encompassing a huge amount, and it is linked to your paid-up capital. Why I'm mentioning this here is many of you may be aware, may not be aware, but it is necessary, it is statutory, the state has imposed through an act a statutory obligation on you to take this insurance policy. Non-compliance of this may result into a fine or a discontinuation of the business. And this basically deals with providing compensation to the third parties as a result of any incident of leakage or damage to the third party property. These are all listed in the act. Pollution liability, which you're talking about, a part of the premium, I mean, just taking this conversation a bit forward, a part of the premium of this product is also set aside for environment relief fund, and any reduction or any compensation which is not being offered by the insurance policy will be offered by Government of India from the Environment Relief Fund, which has been so created. Having said this, why I wanted to bring this all to your attention, because this is an opportunity for me provided by ET where I can at least sensitize my, friends from the chemical industry, at least to understand that this is very mandatory and it is very necessary for you. Please do get yourself, familiarized with this act. And please, if you have not taken this insurance policy, approach any of our offices. We'll be very happy to assist you over here. Pollution liability basically is not a statutory form so far. It's not important. It has very recently come up, as a part of the ESG governance in 22-23. What we have experienced in MSMEs environment is that, because they are so very, basically they are operating on such thin margins and they have so many compliances and regulations to deal with, just as we were hearing about it from gentleman, sir here, Vijay sir here. See, basically they will only be restricting themselves to the mandatory form of insurance. As I said, flood is one, fire is one, NatCat perils are one. Maybe PLI Act should be absolutely on your priority if you are dealing with chemicals. But pollution, it is currently pollution insurance is not immediately on their priority list. It is there, very much there, and it is going to become important as the ESG norms take over, and as ESG becomes a mandatory requirement, as the state, regulations request that each and every one of you need to have a pollution liability cover. Currently, that is not the environment. So these policies, though they exist, though they provide a fundamental protection against the environmental pollution, they're not being very sought after. Please do familiarize yourselves by visiting our website on this product.
When you say the pollution thing is not, at the moment, on the priority list of the companies, but you also mean saying this in the future, maybe the things going to get changed and they're going to
Absolutely.
change very fast.
Absolutely, because environment is becoming a very fundamental issue in this country, and any and every one of us has to be very, very, very responsive to the fact that if we are causing any damage to the environment, we need to be made responsible. The environment is fast changing, and we really need to be aware about it if we are dealing with something where we may be unconsciously or subconsciously causing environmental pollution.
Fair enough. Ma'am, you mentioned about the bundled insurance cover options. Very interestingly, you mentioned various aspects of it. I want to know more about it, particularly because MSMEs, most of the MSMEs, maybe the small ones, they work on very thin margins. Why don't you take us through all the options that you have for these kind of MSMEs in the field of combining property, liability, business, all aspects of it? Please educate us about this.
So basically, the MSME umbrella or the MSME umbrella covers that we have several covers which are ranging from Sukshma Bima or, Mahila Udyam or Udyan Bima policy. Now, what basically are these? These are different names of bundled products. They will deal with the mandatory insurances which maybe your financer will demand at the time when you're seeking some kind of a finance from them. That would be your fire insurance or your natural catastrophic insurances. Business interruption is another one. But because it is not really, the bankers don't seek it. So it's not being very sought after. You have another thing called machinery breakdowns. Burglary insurance would also be a part of it. Then you would have marine insurance where some transits are involved. It's shipping, transportation is involved for your kids. So you will be having a marine insurance aspect in that. Workman-related accidents form a very important part of an MSME ecosystem because basically a very small enterprise is dependent on maybe one or two workmen or maybe more than that also as the capital intensifies. Workmen and workmen-related mishaps are very important. So workmen's compensation or personal accident policies are also there, which can be bundled together. So all in all, these products are basically an umbrella product. You can customize it the way you want. You can choose, one or two products, or you can have a number of products into one policy, and you will get a seamless insurance cover. All in all, this is also a very, I would say, the cost-effective products. New India has been identified as a systematically important insurer in India. And it is our duty, a social obligation to support the industry with low-cost items so that we can provide a self-reliant infrastructure for the MSMEs and they can concentrate on their business rather than worry about the risks. We are your risk mitigators. And this is an extremely customizable product. I can say that anything and everything can be covered.
Everything can be covered.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come to the last part of the discussion, ma'am. In fact, I'll put two questions into one. The first one is, since we are into the digital age already, what kind of digital platforms has New India Assurance developed? I want to understand because for the entrepreneur, it should be very easy to file the claims or whatever the policy management is. And the other thing is about the tailoring of the insurance products, ma'am. What are the initiatives you have taken or what kind of things you're looking at further in terms of further development?
So when I come to the digital aspects of it, I would say that we are the most IT agnostic company in the industry. We have a state-of-art IT infrastructure, and see what happens in an MSME insurance. Typically, what we have seen or what we have experienced is that the intermediary who's dealing with the MSME, that becomes a key point, a point of sale, as you call it. It's also very important that who is that point of sale? From where is that business getting routed to through us, right? It can be a bank. It can be a point of sale like an agent. It can be a broker. It can be an IMF. It can be a corporate agent. So to all these platforms, the ease of policy issuance is available through their respective portals. Having said this, You also have the ease of filing claims in the sense that it can be filed through the call centers, the basic customer portals also. Online, you can file it. So the ease is very much present. But our experience, very significantly and fundamentally, is that it is still that good old agent round the corner, who is your friendly acquaintance, who has been doing your insurance for a long time, is the person who becomes very important in, establishing a one-point contact with the MSME and convincing the person to take a product, to purchase a product, and then also providing the after-sale service and claims service. So this is the most preferred mode, despite so much digitization and so much availability of digital footprint. This becomes very important, and it continues to be the most preferred form of communication even today. So that is very interesting, and we keep wondering, I mean, how the agent assumes so much importance in this entire ecosystem. And then, of course, coming to the last point of your question about our innovative products. So basically, innovation is something which is a tradition with us in New India. And we are always working to improvise on the existing products. We are working to be compliant with our regulations as well as compliant with the regulations for the MSMEs. So because if you have a regulation coming up, like just as I said that Public Liability Act was upgraded, we took it upon ourselves that we upgraded our product immediately so that we are compliant with that regulation. As you ask us for the product, it should be available on our platform. And then we also took it upon ourselves to sensitize our communities with the fact that, this is, so these are the platforms which we use, where we talk about these products and where we tell them that you really need to do this. So, and then, basically, innovation will come when there is a need for it. Currently, the general insurance ecosystem in MSME, as we see it, is absolutely need-based. जिसकी ज़रूरत है, मैं उतना ही लेती हूँ. उससे ज़्यादा इंश्योरेंस के बारे में मैं सोचती नहीं हूँ. या मैं सोचता नहीं हूँ. क्यों? क्योंकि मेरे पास उतना कैश क्रंच है कि मैं अगर उससे ज़्यादा की सोच रही हूँ, so I will have to think about how I'm going to sustain it, how I'm going to, absorb the cost. तो जब ये बात आ जाती है, तो मेरे लिए सबसे पहले ये देखना ज़रूरी है कि मेरे बेसिक फंडामेंटल प्रोडक्ट्स मार्केट में है या नहीं, और वो प्रोडक्ट्स कितने अच्छे से एक्सेप्ट हो रहे हैं, मेरे एमएसएमईज कंप्लायंट है कि नहीं, और वो कंप्लायंसेस उनको करवाने के लिए मुझे क्या करना है, ये मेरे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाता है. बाकी इनोवेशन, as and when there is a market need, as and when there is a demand, the supply will always be made available. That is absolutely the human invention. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. That's all from our side. Thank you very much. आपने अपना समय दिया. बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ashish, I would like you to stay because there is another fireside chat. And by the way, guys, cheers for all of us because it's a full house now. So clearly, ma'am, your chat was very interesting. Sare aa gaye. So that's the best part about it. The next fireside chat is also something that you all will be very interested in. I would also like to point out that this entire event is being live streamed on ET Digital YouTube channel. So please feel free to share the link and make sure that you all of sectors that contribute to the state's economic prowess. And finance is possibly the most critical area for the growth of any enterprise, big or small. The next session of the day is a fireside chat with Sri Nagraj Garlaji, the Executive Director of IDBI Bank Limited. We'll also discuss how IDBI Bank is spearheading MSME growth in India at large and in Thane. I would like to welcome Mr. Garla. Clapping everyone, come on.
Well, thanks for being here, giving us your precious time for this evening.
to thank ET, Ashish, Vivek, and all MSME entrepreneurs for giving us.
Pleasure is all ours, sir. I'll start directly, sir, with the first question. Sir, as your bank, IDBI Bank, we all know is a legacy to it, and its roots are into development finance. Along with that, it's got a sharp focus for MSMEs. I want to understand, sir, how does this dual legacy shapes its MSME strategy, particularly when we're talking about some Make in India vision, in terms of Thane particularly, I'm asking.
Nice. So first, at the tomorrow we are celebrating MSME International Day. So I would like to, encourage all MSME entrepreneurs to celebrate your success. It is a great actually because you are providing a employment opportunity to many people, and it is very important backbone of our country. I think all of us cherish. So coming to IDBI Bank as well as MSME relationship and our role here. All of you know very well, though I think Vijay sir was saying statistics, I will spend 1 minute. So MSMEs are very important, like a back. Again, I repeat numbers. Maybe it provides, nearly 7 crore units, and it contributes more than 30% to our GDP. Of our exports are contributed by MSMEs, and employment opportunities are provided almost like 11 crore people in the country. It is a big number. So without contribution from MSMEs, I think we cannot achieve our dream of becoming a 5 trillion economy or so this is a very important pillar. So this important pillar, I think we cannot achieve whatever dream aspiration. So all of you are part of that dream. So I think together we'll spend today and let us understand what sort of solution. So Jay Saab actually has quoted a lot of examples, but if you look at from where to where we have moved last 10 years, a lot of entire MSME spectrum itself has changed. Number one, rollout of GST, though initial problems are there. Today, if you ask any serious entrepreneur, I think with the input credit, ease of getting a credit access, I think this has become a big boom. And second is CTM. Though it was, initially introduced in 2000, but real life has come after 2014. Initially, it was available only for 1 crore. Today, it's available up to 10 crores for MSME people, and for exporters, it is available up to 20 crores. And extended definition of MSME itself. Initially, you know very well, we restricted ourselves up to 75 to 250 crores. And today, MSME, all MSME customers can get a benefits up to turnover 500 crores. And all of you know new definition of startups. Startups today, you know how many, and Maharashtra is known for creating a startups. Today, whatever India is creating, Maharashtra is creating almost like a 24% of startups. So I think entire definition has changed. And I would like to say from bank sides also, there's a lot of improvement as far as credit qualities. Last 12 years, 13 years, if you see, NPAs are lowest in this decade, lowest NPA SMEs. So coming to Thane, title date, business, undoubtedly Thane is a business center, housing various clusters like a chemicals, textiles, engineering, warehousing, logistics, now of late IT. So without no banker can ignore Thane's contribution. It is contributing almost like a 5,54,000. And even in terms of lending or advances, it's almost, and nearly 75% is captured by new, like a one. And we also have a one is. So coming to IDBI Bank, again, I don't want, as far as IDBI Bank is concerned, we single umbrella for all your coming to the single product current whatever requirements you have. I think you should not go to multiple people. One is for, one for A to Z is whether you are running a manufacturing or whether you are running a trading unit. But for everything, we have a different solutions, not a single solution. Whether it is for working capital or for term loan or whether you are running a existing business or you want to expand to new areas of business, but everything is available in a single platform or single umbrella. That's what is IDBI Bank, which differentiates. And our people are excited. You visit any of our branches, all of them are happy to serve MSME customers. I can assure on behalf of all of them. And these products are available, of course, with attractive interest rates. People are good, products are good, interest rates are available at very good. Coming to group level, we have a capital wing arm. IDBI Group is the first. We're the first to bring a MSME to space. We were closely associated with companies. And today, you know, well, how many companies are there on SC and NSC? More than 1,000 companies are there. And if you see returns, last 2 years, I think small caps have generated more return other than the large caps or mid caps. Actually. So it is generating a lot of wealth. So we are part of that journey. And in IDBI caps, not only do actually debt for them, but we have set up a lot of funds for equity is very, very important component for any MSME. So we have set up in association with state government, we have set up a different funds like for aerospace, defense way back into today, you know very well, everyone is talking about defense, aerospace, but we have set up for MSMEs, aerospace and defense fund in 2018. And I mean, most of our entrepreneurs have benefited out of that. It has generated excellent returns for them and they have become a reasonably big companies. We provide a completely 360. So we have a funds in IDBI Capital for emerging technology companies. We can invest in equity and we have a separate fund for units promoted by STSC. We have a separate fund for deep tech companies. We have a separate fund for aerospace and defense. And new we have introduced wherein actually every year we change a theme. This year may be solar, next year may be something depending upon how country is moving. Theme-based funds also. So these are the important things which we are doing from our side to accelerate MSME.
Fair enough. So coming to the second part, when we talk about the credit barriers for MSMEs, traditionally we have seen, I also mentioned in my welcome note, and Dr. Kalantri also mentioned, and he shared some anecdotes as well. It's basically about the collateral and documentation, sir. What I want to understand from you, what IDBI is doing, sir, because what we see in terms of products, MSME Express, GEM Sahai, these are some of the products. Please let us know more about it, sir. What IDBI is doing in terms of addressing these traditional credit barrier challenges.
Undoubtedly, I agree with you as well as up experience may not be very great. But still, if you see figures, still today, even unmet demand of MSMEs is close to 30 lakh crore. So still, actually, a lot of demand is there, supply is not there. So that is what is one problem. I completely agree. I mean, it has to go to credit committees or required or collateral is required. Just to avoid this only, what we have done is actually we have products wherein actually it need not go to credit committee, using actually AI as well as a machine learning to a new concept wherein actually system can take a decision in minutes. Say for example, if you can say XYZ company within a 15 minutes, our system will run. It will talk to various websites in the country. It will talk to RBI defaulters list. It will take a CIBIL score. It will see your GST returns. Everything it will do. Then actually it will decide you are eligible for, say you are eligible for 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. whatever you are eligible, and decision will be given maximum within an hour's time, so that actually you can plan your all other activities. Generally, for these sort of loans, we don't insist for any collaterals. Of course, I mean, some loans, definitely, some customers themselves, they will be interested to offer a collateral because they don't want to pay, say, CGT, MSC, insurance, or something like that. So they themselves will offer collateral security. I agree with you, some documentation, this, whatever product we are, as well as Digital Express, it is focusing more on a cash flow rather than your traditional balance sheet models, or actually uh, whatever sir was saying, collateral security, which we have introduced. The gem Sahay is, if you supply to the government, once they accept, actually immediately bank will discount and give you money, and we will collect from the government. And it is almost like a trust platform.
Okay, great. So coming to the other parts, when we talk about, we're talking about the manufacturing units, MSMEs in Thane. Equipment finance, export credit, these two are the bigger needs of the companies, not only in Thane, in all parts of the country, but since we are talking about Thane only, what kind of solutions, sir, are you people tailoring with respect to these two things, sir?
For us, Thane MSME customers and exporters are concerned, I mean, exporters, everyone will get, most of the banks where it is. So we give a pre-shipment credit, post-shipment credit. We also give a foreign currency. And we have a, unlike, I'm not saying very few banks have this, actually have a separate team. Advising is very, very, foreign currency risk or foreign exchange FEMA regulations are very, very important. So we have an exclusive separate team. Whenever you get an opportunity to deal with either imports or exporter, Belapur also have a separate team. They will come and they will guide you properly how to manage entire currency risk. Or actually we have a, so for example, if you are running a hotel or college or a school, virtually we have a so sophisticated collection mechanism wherein virtually you need not maintain any accounts register. Completely our collection digital system will capture all your cash flows and will give you everything. Say if you are running a school, who has paid, who has not paid fees, everything all together, it will give you details, and the system will send SMS also, you are not paid a fees for your kid. So virtually you need not maintain any record with you. So entire system we will manage, and you can download whatever MIS you want.
SMEs. So coming to the
So
last,
besides credit anyway.
credit is available. Great. Coming to the last part, sir, of the discussion, I just want to understand for all things, sir, the opportunities and the kind of challenges that IDBI is seeing in terms of the MSMEs which are operating in Thane, sir. What are those challenges or what are those opportunities, and how would you like to help them in terms of upskilling or helping them in technology adoption or making them Atmanirbhar in true sense, sir?
For most of the MSME, what is very important is actually getting a timely advice. Secondly, getting a timely finance. So timely advice actually at a group level, we actually not only fund equity or debt, also help them to create a demand products by talking to various departments, by working with government departments. So as far as Thane is concerned, we have a products, whether you want to set up a school, college, hotel, almost all, whatever business have a solution. Only you need to come and talk to our people. They will be in a position to guide properly, take it forward. And it may not be possible to cover everything. Only what I want to say is that whatever is your requirement, whether you are running a shop, simple shop, or whether it is a manufacturing unit or a startup, we have a products. So different, I mean, just you need to go talk to our branch people. Or actually, today's context, what we are doing is, even we are running our own data analytics. So what we are doing is, so if some customer is there, he is already with me for 10 years, 5 years. So again, he should not go and approach some other bank or NBFC for limits. So proactively, we are hinting actually using data analytics. Go and approach. Of course, we are also using a lot of AI and AI analytics and behavior of the customer. Improve TAT.
People helping them in the AI stuff, sir, in some way upskilling them in some way or the other?
That actually we are not doing in the
terms-
tech side actually, but as far as entrepreneurism is concerned, we are running for small.
Okay.
We are running a separate training college.
Okay.
They can go and in Satara it is there. They
Okay.
can go and actually guide themselves 3 days. 1 week programs are there. Actually, they can go and understand what sort of things are required. They will train. They will also arrange a finance if it is required from.
Okay.
And we are also actively participate in entrepreneur development in Earth, where it is all banks and financial institutions. IDBI is the major shareholder. That institute also runs various programs, including for startups.
Okay. That's all from my side, sir. Thanks for
Thank
giving
you.
your time. It was a fruitful discussion, very insightful one indeed.
Thank
you
you
very
for
much.
giving me up.
Thank you so much, sir. To all of you, whoever might have some questions, please feel free to ask them after the event. You will get enough time to network. No? So do not worry about that. अगर आपको कुछ भी doubts हैं, बिल्कुल चिंता मत आप after the event भी पूछ सकते हैं. That's all the point of the event is to network and increase your knowledge. अब समय आ गया है हमारे बहुत ही ज़्यादा insightful panel discussion का. And while we set up for the stage, I would like to take an opportunity to thank all our partners for this event because इनके बिना ये possible नहीं हो पाता. IDBI Bank as banking and lending partner, the New India Assurance Company Limited as general non-life insurance partner, Canon as our tech enabler, and World Trade Center Mumbai All India Association of Industries as association partners. To moderate this session, of course, we would like to call on stage our good old friend Ashish. But Ashish, if you want to take a break, please feel free to do that. This session, I would like to point out again that everything that you're seeing here today is going live right now on ET Digital. Please make sure that you yourself subscribe to it and share the link as well. I would now like to extend a very warm welcome to all our panelists here and a huge round of applause for all of them. We'll start with Mr. Bhavesh Maru, General Secretary, Thane Small Scale Industries Association. Please welcome Mr. Bhavesh on stage. Then I would like to call on stage Mr. Raghuvi. Very comfortable and we are just waiting. We can't wait to hear you. Then I would like to introduce Mr. Raghuveer Tini, Director General, Chemexcel on stage. Mr. Raghuveer, please come on stage. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite Mr. Aniket Malshe, Director, Nation. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. And finally, CH Nadigate, sir, Regional Director, Western Region, EEPC India. The stage is set, and this is going to be a bit of a longer conversation, 30 minutes. Ashish, you've got 30 minutes to wrap this. Good? All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being so patient. Well, now we will start with our panel discussion. Dhruv has already introduced the panelists, and I'll directly come to the first question. That's the common question. Well, I will start with you, sir, Mr. Maru. Mr. Maru is General Secretary, TSSIA, as Dhruv had already mentioned. Mr. Maru, I'll start with a common question, then I'll ask all the panelists if you can keep it brief. Also, we have just around 35 minutes for this. अगर हम ज़्यादा समय नहीं, ऑलमोस्ट बराबर समय सबको देना चाहेंगे, इतनी हमारी डिस्कशन रहेगी. पहला सवाल सर बहुत सिंपल है. Thane, we have seen over the years that things are changing so fast in terms of MSME landscape. You have seen it very closely. You know a lot about it. Yesterday also we were discussing about the thing. I just want to understand, sir, what the MSMEs in Thane should do to stay ahead of the curve. In a sense, what I want to understand is what MSMEs in Thane should do to survive in this competition.
Hello, I'm audible. Thank you, Mr. Pandey, to invite me for this. Yes, I would like to first appreciate that people have thought of Thane after a long time. Thane means business. It's a very good tagline, and we are always here in Thane from birth. We are Thanekars. I'm sure everybody knows Thane was the oldest and the largest industrial belt of Asia, and it started somewhere established in 1960s, much before even the birth of MIDC. To directly to your question, to stay ahead of the situation, industries are actually very much fighting these days because of the fast changing situations in Thane. I mean, a lot of industries are shutting down and moving out because of the lands getting converted to commercial parks, IT parks, residential parks. And congestion is also increasing so much. But a lot of people are here still. Thane was mainly almost 80% was engineering and 20% was mix of pharma, chemical, instrumentation, electronics, and mix. So we have been always requesting the government also, and they have been supporting us to a good strength. That we stand strong, we do business, we survive, and they have been bringing good new policies. We do accept policies also and try to see that how we can accommodate, how we can utilize the benefits and move ahead. But we still request the government also, as well as the administration system, that local interferences should be restricted, closed. I mean, strongly answered those questions. Thank you.
Fair enough, sir. You raised some very pertinent points. Coming to you, Raghuji, for Chemex, still I want to ask if you can put the same, if I put you the same question, sir. What should the Thane's MSMEs do in order to survive in this competition in terms of fast changing landscape of MSME ecosystem?
The industry. That's nearly 60%. And problems you talked about is interference. Want to set up a anyway. Even in MID, problem would be environment. Get an environmental, and then buy a land. I invest 100 crores in. I want to manufacture. I cannot start even laying a brick till the land is there. 3 years. I have to wait for the environment. Once the environment clearance is there, then I have to. And another issue is, I'm or a customer Germany. You're making this, add this and make it into world. What happens? It's 80,000 products.
Basically, it's a kind of what Mr. Maru also mentioned. Regulations play a big role in terms of delaying the projects and, of course, impacting the financial health of MSMEs. Okay, I'll come to you, Ankit, now in terms of Naisham also. Same question, if you can just answer it briefly. You heard both of them speaking, the regulations are the major part. What do you say, sir?
So first of all, I agree with Mr. Maru. Right, he rightly pointed out that industry actually is being kind of driven out of Thane, to be honest. The reason for that is I think it's getting surrounded by all the civilization. Probably Wagle Estate earlier was not surrounded by civilization. Now it is. So the moment it becomes, civil area, industry cannot survive there. So they are actually pushing out many industries. We ourselves actually, we are into chemical manufacturing, and we ourselves have moved our plant from Thane to Rabale. Now in Thane, we only have our corporate office and R&D lab. That's it. So it's becoming increasingly difficult to get any type of MPCB certificate. If you're green, even then it is difficult. So we come in orange, we do have ETPs installed. Almost you can say zero discharge, but still it is not possible.
Okay, fine. Coming to you, Nadia sir. आपने तो अब सबका व्यू सुन लिया. What do you say, sir?
When I speak today, I speak on behalf of the engineering industry because I belong to Engineering Export Promotion Council. We have about 2,000 MSMEs in the district. When we think about the challenges of the MSME, whether it is Thane or anywhere else, the situation is same. And to stand out, what I would suggest my MSME friends is innovate, focus on your core strengths, and believe in the thing that change is the only constant. That's what I would like to say to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, fine. Coming to you, Mr. Maruna, I'll start with the question. Although I was thinking something else, but the kind of answer, the things you are telling, that doing business has become very difficult in Thane for a number of reasons. Of course, regulatory hurdles are one of them. Sir, since you represent TSSIA, I want to understand, sir, what you people are doing to help MSMEs on the ground, especially what we are talking about in terms of regulatory hurdle. What are the kind of initiatives you people are taking, sir?
Thane Small Scale Industries is almost 50-year-old association. We are in the 50th year. And on Monday, we just celebrated our 50th Foundation Day. And we have almost 2,000 MSME members in Thane district. We are very much vocal and have a regular communications and connects with the government bodies as well as the administration bodies. We consist of almost 35 executive committee members, and we have teams handling for our members and taking care of those issues like MSCDCL, PF, ESIC, like local problems like LBT or Octroy. Even there are sometimes police problems. So we handle and support on every front wherever our members are always wanting us to do. We also have regular sessions of training regarding the new changes of GSTs and taxations and income tax issues or even the local issues. We also have a regular communication with DISH, DIC. These are all government bodies. Wherever we need, we are always there for our members, and we regularly connect with our members on every fortnightly and discuss about all the required changes or supports. We are always there. And also, as the TISA, we are the part of MSME Facilitation Center. And we recently also have signed an agreement with SIDBI, which helps our MSME members. So this is a type of activity apart of all this, even we do as a social responsibility, since last 10-15 years, we do uh, trainings and skill development strongly since 15 years at our centers and many centers in Thane, around Thane, Bombay, even in Konkan, Ratnagiri. We have extended our hands without any asking for any financial support from the government. This we have been doing it very strongly. That is the type of activity what TISA.
You people are doing. Fine. Coming to you, Mr. Kinney. Sir, chemical sector के बारे में बात करेंगे सर, MSMEs के respect में. Pain points क्या क्या हैं सर? थाने region की बात की जाए. What are the pain points with respect to manufacturing and exports, sir?
Sports untouchable. That's my. What I do, government export. Let's say you have a product and it, and 50% of that period. Period. And basically the MSME 100 crores. You're eligible for subject to a max 2 crores per annum. It's not that one time 2 per 4 crores. What I do. Then is for MSME, it's very difficult abroad travel, all this. What we do, coordinate with all the embassies and we bring the buyers here. Supposing there is a venue, our Pragati Maidan, there is a in Delhi. Here, Thane, there is, bring them. Thane, but you have to help us. That is, you have to help me to help you. Like for example, there is a road tax. Give the taxes back to you by way of a percentage. Now, what happens is that I don't get the inputs. What is the tax you have paid? What is the, like for example, 100 tons is your export. Out of 1,000 tons, you have to segregate what you have paid on export, is duties on diesel, duties on this. All those things you have to give. Don't give. And then what happens? Even if you have suffered about 5% taxes, you get around 1%. And what most of the MSMEs also feel, that if I give you the data, this thing, but let me tell you, my friend, customs data, shipping, all is available free. And I can, sitting here, I can tell you who you are exporting, at what rate, what you have exported, and how much you have done it. Inventing the wheel.
Aniket, can I get Mr. Nadigar here? Because almost the points are almost same. I want to take his view first, sir. Coming to you, sir, you heard Mr. Kinney said, sir, in terms of the problems. I want to understand the export side, sir. What are the pain points? He told about the chemical industries. No one is ready to touch it. What overall, in terms of engineering exports and other exports, what's the situation like, sir, on ground here?
See, if I look from the MSME perspective, as we say, about 40% plus exports are from the MSME sector. But most of the MSMEs are mainly focusing on the domestic. And that has been a major concern for all of us. We have been actively promoting and motivating them to go beyond the shores of the country and not themselves restrict themselves to the domestic market. But still the share, if you look at India is such a huge country with a huge manufacturing base. But if you look at our share in the global market is less than 2%. If we look at engineering as a sector, it is even 1.5%. And we have potential to be a major player in the global market. But one constraint has been the mindset that we have a huge domestic requirement. We are satisfied with the domestic market. That is one. Second is when we need to compete in the global world, we need to work on the technology. Why? Though our exports are increasing, our share is not increasing. Our contribution is not increasing to the. In engineering sector, technology plays a very important role. We have less than 10% of our products having high technology are being exported. 90% are from the medium and low-end technology. So once we move up the value chain on technology fronts, definitely we would be able to have a mark on the global market. And most of the MSMEs with whom we are interacting, they are solo operators, always on a firefighting mode. And whatever we tell them about reaching out globally, improving on their technology, innovating their processes, innovating on the product, diversifying their range. Yes, they listen, they want to do it, but when they reach out to their premises at effect, the firefighting starts. They should attend to the production line, attend to the finance requirement, compliances of the government, suppliers' demand, bankers. So that is the reason why SMEs are not hindering them to go shatter their constraints and obstacles and move.
Okay. Fair enough. Aniket, now I'll come to you. Sorry for keeping you waiting for long. Now we have talked about the policy part, we have talked about the regulatory part, the hurdles, the finance thing also we have. आपसे मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा, since I was reading about your company, you got patents, you are doing very well in terms of research and development. Not only with respect to your company, also about Thane, how is the R&D ecosystem in Thane is, and what is the thing in terms of patents, how the companies are doing in Thane region?
So let me first talk about my company. IChem Solutions is in the specialty chemical segment. So we make polymer additives, water purification, agri-chemical, home and personal care chemical. And we are a completely R&D driven company. We have more than 6,000 square feet R&D lab in Waghli Estate of Passport. And basically more than 10% of my top line is spent on R&D, which is completely unheard of. If you talk to any CA or if you talk to even our competitors, we have more than 22 people working in R&D. And many people say that it's too much, you are spending too much.
How to ask that?
As the revenue, but that's our bread and butter because we have decided that that is our path. Innovation is our path. Now, innovation, when you say, it's of two types. One is where you have a product and you improve it. It's also part of innovation. What you see in mobile phones. There are other type of innovations where you don't ask people what they want. This is a very common saying that if you ask people what they want, we would probably still be in Stone Age. Because if you ask today what you want, you will only see and say, okay, I want to improve
What
things.
essentially you are saying is you are getting ready down the line, 5 years down the line, you are setting the roadmap.
Nothing like that. I'm saying that something out of the blue, something that the scientist thinks that this is what people want. without asking them. You go and create it and then try to sell it, right? Then try to create the demand. If you do any market research on those things, today you will find zero market. So any agency will tell you that there's no point in spending any single rupee on that. But my entire company today is stood on that concept where we create products which are probably not existing right now. Exactly. So it is a category creation. Category creation, you can say, right? So yeah. So
Into the future.
we have about 150 such products, and we were only able to commercialize 40 odd such so far. All other 90 products are still there. We have patents on some products which are not commercialized because we haven't figured out yet a way. There are, of course, resource constraints. And like Mr. Kinney said, in chemical space, the biggest hurdle is certificates and regulations. So if you go out of India anywhere, in India also in agri-chemicals now there are a lot of regulations. Not very easy to sell any agri-chemical anymore. If you go to any country, there is 3 years. If you go to US, 5 years.
But what's that mantra that you are having, ki secret mantra ki that is driving you, ki you can afford to spend that much?
So it's a belief, right? Basically, that's the why you start a business and run a business, right? And that thing is that because these technologies, we believe in those technologies, that this is what people want and would want eventually, right? So we have come a long way in last 10 years. Not only we have survived, we are actually already exporting to 11 countries. And we are working on that particular concept. Now, last point, when you come to specialty segment, you will find more companies like that who probably invent, because that's why it is called specialty. Using a specialty chemical, you can make a label claim, like an antibacterial additive. You can say, my water tank is antibacterial, my water bottle is antibacterial. So that is called a specialty segment, right? And that is why it is a high value addition. You require a lot of R&D there. So any company you talk to will have a lot of R&D spend. Not possible without.
With that, coming to you, Mr. Maru. Now we have talked about various other things, even the R&D thing that we talked about, sir. Since we have seen the region developing in and out, you have seen all the things developing very closely over the years. I want to understand from you, sir, policy support. In terms of policy support, what do you think Thane requires in terms of policy for it to see the next phase of growth, sir? Any suggestions you have?
Policies, if you are speaking about financial policies, then
Of course, you can include that also. Overall, for the MSME development.
yeah, there are good policies introduced by government, central government, state government, but we see a little bit of lack that messages don't reach down penetrates to the market. Yeah, implementation is weak, but yeah, there are good schemes. I mean, we cannot deny with what the government is making efforts and trying to support MSME. If you take one simple example of credit on banking, I mean, loans getting through OD, through credit, current accounts, savings accounts, collateral facilities, that's easy. But very simple, which CGT MSE, the loans which have been launched by central government, we see that banks are not very much proactively supporting, and they are always been discouraging those. We see a lot of, I mean, people are not getting that part. We have been talking to RBI, we have been talking to collectors, we have been talking to DIC, we have been trying to knock many doors as an association. And we try to see that this is getting more and more imposed, and even the government is making effort that they are trying to study about the results.
Where are the gaps, sir? What are the gaps that you have recognized so far?
What we feel is banks are not comfortable for such schemes, even when they are so much secured up to 75%. That is what is lacking.
You are saying in a way that banks need to come up
very
but
much.
better solutions, of course, already are in place, but the implementation thing that is there, of course, little bit of work can be done on that side.
Yes.
For the things to get better
Should
on
be
the
done,
ground.
should be done.
Things to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because MSMEs, local MSMEs are banking cooperative banks. So
That's one of the
yeah,
point
that
that's
lending, there are
good point
many-
he's making.
There are many cooperative banks,
Right.
but those who are multi-state scheduled cooperative bank, they should be also be encouraged.
Fair enough, sir. Coming to you, Mr. Kini. Now, one of the problems that Mr. Maru discussed and or the schemes, financial schemes not getting implemented on. The other problem is also the delayed payments. The delayed payments that the is in terms of payments that the MSME has to take from PSU. Of course, basically from the PSU chunk of those payments. What do you think? What can be done in that respect, sir? They are made, but
otherwise
yeah, that I wanted to know.
all Brazil. Yeah, is a, that's my. What happens is 10 people going in and eating some dollar. The time he comes, gets it, and then he scratches his head. So, request to all, come together for everybody. Go to a Chinese pavilion, not find a single penny difference in price. But India, how do I? I'm requesting people that you have to come together. I cannot bring all these things, not in my purview. Because it hit the government.
Hmm.
This sort of battle, but come together.
Of course. They can come together for a valid point at least.
Yeah, and
They should.
And we have good products, but don't undercut because you are cutting your legs.
Right. Fair enough. Niket, I'll come to you now. In terms of the costs that are rising, they're rising costs are rising. Also, MSMEs also have to adapt to the technological advancement that we are seeing happening so fast. Very well know about the things happening in the market. These are also the challenges to MSMEs, especially because most of the MSMEs are working on thin margins. How do you see it, and what kind of solutions do you have that for a MSME working on a thin margin, it can at least do this much to address the challenges posed by input costs and, of course, the technological advancement that they need to adopt?
So first of all, because I am from specialty chemicals, margins is not that big a problem for. But if you talk about chemical space in general, especially in commodities, margins is definitely a big issue. What we can do is find out local suppliers. Lot of people are not aware that there are many suppliers which are locally producing chemicals, like in Rabal MIDC or Pawan MIDC, or if you go to Konkan, Lote Parshuram, there are a lot of MIDCs where local manufacturers are there, and they can supply you in a good rate as well as steady supply. Where you can beat the competition is basically saying that I can give you faster and I can give you assured, because sometimes if you go export from China, you have to export, import, let's say, a container. You cannot import lesser quantity. There you can actually score better because you can say that I can give you partial quantity or lesser quantity. I can assure you the price because there is no fluctuation in the foreign currency. That is another big area. And third one is there is no time for shipping, right? So if you are importing, then obviously it takes maybe 30 or 45 days in advance payments. So there are many such areas where you can actually tap the market. You can actually go and have good negotiations, as well as you can do long-term rate contracts with some people, where you can assure a supply. If you assure a quantity which is going to be annual basis, you can supply on monthly level, but rates are annual and the rates remain steady. So these are some of the things that definitely can be done well. And we have found that we don't import anything in the country directly. 95% of our supply still comes from 5% which is coming from outside is not, yeah, but it's not bought directly. So we are actually buying from
Okay, I'll come to you for the last question of the day. And my question would be very much open-ended. What the state's industries should do to become more investment friendly, as simple as that.
Do you mean to say that state government?
State government, of course, and if you think MSMEs can also come up with solutions in terms of their operational model or something.
See, when we think of making any place investor friendly, basically the issues what the industry faces should be solved. The major issues MSMEs are facing are, one, everybody was talking about the cost of capital. Compared to the cost anywhere in the world, cost in India is about 2 or 3 times higher, which make our MSMEs competitive. And there are schemes that are coming out called interest subvention, subsidies provided by the government, and that is bringing the cost down, but still much more has to be done. The second is the labor issues. Now, from this year onwards, the labor code, which is being passed by the parliament, will be enforced in India, initially from the large industries. The 30 laws have been brought into 4 courts. And in fact, it would like to draw more investment into the system, and the labor code gets implemented in full form in our country. The third is the industry institution interaction. We have technology with the institution at one side, and we have industry on the other side. That interface and the transfer of technology is not happening the way it should happen for the industry to grow. There should be an improvement in this environment as well. The fourth is provision of skilled labor. Whether we call about demographic dividend available in our country, 65% of our population is below 30 years, whatever we say. But are they employable? What is the kind of skill we are imparting? How our education system is helping the students or the youth in getting into the industry, the employment industry, in the industry. And we need to encourage GCCs, global capability centers we call. So that gives a lot of innovations, give new ideas to the local industry. So a combination of these factors from the government, from the industry MSMEs would definitely draw investment into the sector. Because whenever any big industry would like to invest in any, maybe a Thane area, they would definitely like to see all these factors and the support they receive from the MSMEs as a vendors, suppliers, and the technology they have, the manpower they have, the cost they bear in for supply, so the delivery capacity. So all these count from the industries, and other things from the government side on the infrastructure, the power, the credit facility, the education, the skill availability. So these are the things one should focus to get into any area, whether it is Thane or anywhere.
Fair enough. That's all from our side. Of
Can
course.
I make a very
sure.
positive comment on the closing remark?
Please.
See, very much active association is ours in Maharashtra. And my study since last 6, 7, 8 years, I think India is growing very fast, strong economy, and the world has only one solution is what I see, and that is India. We won't be MSME if we won't have problems. So we have to walk with problems. We motivate our members every day with their problems, but we ensure that they walk, they don't stop. I think we should grab the opportunity. It's the right time. With all problems, we should move ahead.
Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. Maru, for your kind words. We'll come to you, sir. We are already short on time, sir. And that's all from my side. Of course, we discussed lots of challenges, but of course, opportunity is always there. Thane is on the verge of becoming one of the biggest, if going to the next level in terms of MSME growth. Of course, challenges need to be tackled, and they are getting tackled. Of course, more things need to be done. Thank you, ladies and thank you, gentlemen, sir, for your time. And that's all from my side. Thanks again.
Thank you so much to our esteemed panelists and to everyone who has a question. We really appreciate all of you and we encourage you to address all your few questions after the event is done. Now we are heading to our final two addresses and these are going to be very interesting. जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं, technology plays a very big and crucial role in spearheading growth in every sector and SMEs are no different. Technology has changed the perception of India globally, and that's the reason the next session is going to be around that. Canon has been empowering SMEs with its holistic office automation solutions. From document management systems to the new Maxify series of affordable printers, Canon is helping businesses big and small. This is indeed helping them boost productivity and efficiency in today's fast-paced world. I would actively encourage all of you to do check out their products as well. They are at the back of this esteemed hall. So after this event, please do check out their printers. They're very interesting. The nerd in me is very happy. And to talk about how all of this is helping SMEs to present, I would like to invite Mr. Sameer Kenya, Business Manager, Canon Mumbai, to give us an insight into this all. The stage is all yours, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Once again, good evening to all the members. And I'm really thankful for the ET to give this opportunity to us. As rightly, we have seen a lot of discussion goes on that, MSME is the, main business part of the Indians' growth part. The same way for Canon also, ME plays a big role for us. Our business around 30 to 35% of business comes from the MSME. If you seen it, there are a lot of jobbers are there, Xerox centers and everything. So most of them are use the Canon products on that part. So MSME is play a big role in the Canon, and we are very delightful to be here. So let me introduce myself. I am Sameer Kenya from Canon India Private Limited. I am associate with the Canon from last 15 years. So let's we start how Canon has been started. So in 1937, Canon was also a MSME company in Japan. They have started from a one room with the camera. The first product they have introduced in the camera. And if you see from last 88 years, almost 88 years, we have grown from camera to printer to digitalization product to medical products line. So this is the history of the Canon that from 1933, which we started, we have reached at 2025, which is more than 80 years association with the businesses. Our main policy of the Canon, the Canon which is based is the QRC, which is like meaning and living working together harmoniously. Our corporate DNA drives distinguishing of technology and contribution on the same. So what is Canon today? Canon has been present all over the world. We have a seven offices which has been divided into the ocean-wise from America, Japan, Singapore, Australia, Europe, and China. So if you see our overall business, even though we have started our business with the camera, the major business which comes from the printing industries, then the camera, then as I told that we have diversified into the medical equipments also, and then the industrial products line. And the very important thing I want to show you that right hand side that the Canon is the number 5 on the patent rights. So we are the company which do lot of R&D and which invested lot of R&D to create a solutions and the products which can be make life easy of the customers. The Canon come into India in 1997. That we have set up our company in 1997, where we have established along with the 100% subsidiary of Canon Singapore. We have now have a location of around 7 places in India, and we provide services from throughout the India, like from, as we say, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Kutch to Assam. So how can we Canon be useful to the MSME? So all these 4 basic factors which can help for the business in Canon. The first one is economic efficiency, operation efficiency, elevating operations, enhanced security, and sustainability. So this is basically we provided services to the customer where we look out that it has to be economically efficiency. It should be operation. It should be very easy. The security should be the main criteria of that product line. So Canon have a 4 business portfolio. One is a B2B product line where we have a printer, scanners, security cameras, and ESET security products. The second is the B2C products, where is basically are the camera products line where we provide cameras to the customers. The third is a professional printing product, which is basically used by MSC product line, the people who are doing the business. If you see there are a lot of boardings and hoardings, you all find it out. So those kind of printing has been done on this professional printing. And the last one is the PhD. It is personal use. The customer which has been required for home users, those kind of product is available. So these are the main business portfolio which Canon brings for the customer to provide the services. Now this is the major product. This is the major services we provided to the MSME customers. We provided black and white machines, color machines. We provide the print management solution also. So basically what happened today is that, as you are aware, that it is not about the printing, but the customers required a latest technology and services which can serve to them. So it is like that when we provide the product, we also provided the solutions where the customer can control the printing, where can customer get the details that who have taken what kind of the printing, where the data security is also available, where the customer can do the authentication on the printer, and then only the print can come around. So those kind of services we provided in the printer. Now, the second thing which has come around, if you see from last 7 to 8 years, digitalization is become a main subject in today's time. So we have also our scanners and the solutions which can help you out to digitalization or your documents. So if you have a larger documents, you can digitally convert it into them, and we provide those kind of softwares where you can access your document anywhere, anytime. From your mobile also, you can access those documents. So those kind of softwares we provided. And the last and most least, which is very important is today time, is the network video surveillance. So we provide cameras where you can control and you can get the details that who person can come around. In fact, you get the report also that at what time that person entry in your organizations and what time he has left, and whatever he moved, those kind of details will also available along with this software. So we doesn't only provide the surveillance camera, but we provide software also which give you all kind of details. And the last and most important thing, like I've seen there are a lot of banks also here available, like IDBI, we provide the check scanner also. So if you see today, RBI has given the rule to them that, you have not to required to send your check physically from one branch to the other branches. You can directly scan from here and send it. So we have those kind of products available which can do such kind of scanning works. Now, more important, as I told you, in today's time, it is not about the printing. It is about the technology which customers required. There are a lot of queries come from the customer that how can I control my cost? How can I come to know that who have taken what kind of printout? Because printer is open, anybody can do the printing on that for their own works also. So customers have a major requirement that I want a certain kind of control systems on my printer. Certain kind of data should be available with me. So we have provided a solution which is a cloud-based solution. It is totally a cloud-based solution where on the click of the button, customer will come to know that how many printout on monthly basis have taken and which person have taken what kind of the printout. Second, it can have a security systems also. It means when you give the print on a printer, it will not come directly the printout. You have to go and do your authentication on that. You have to either put user ID or password, or you can use your RF card if you're using in your organization. On that basis, you can take the printout. So those kind of solution we provided. It helps you to get the optimization of the product, and it helps you to reduce your cost also. The most important part in today's times, even today the discussion has been done that data is the most important part. And nowadays when the Indian government is coming with a lot of laws regarding to data, so we have also provided those kind of solutions along with the printer. So all your data which is printing on a printer, it is totally secured. That highly security data has been there. So even when the data pass on from from your printer to the from your laptop to desktop to the printer is totally secured manner. When if something happen, if some malfunction activities happen, at that moment only the printer will stop and it will give the message that malfunction activities has been started on this printer. So those kind of data security have been provided along with the printer. As I told you, the digitalization is very important part today. So it is not only about hardware. If you see throughout the presentation, we don't only provide the hardware, we provide the software also along with the hardware, so that you can use the maximize of that product line. For example, here, when you provide the DR scanner, you do the digitalization of the product, you do the digitalization of your documents and everything. But how you can access those documents? Now every person keeps in your organization document in a different way. But if you want a centralized way where you can give the rights to the user that those users only can access the important document in the organization. Those kind of documents can only be the view. Those are like you want to give those type of kind of document where you can only do the print and editing. So those kind of securities and those kind of features we can provide it. It is a software which is known as the therefore. It is basically a centralized document system. If I explain you in a layman language, we have a lot of boxes where we give a lot of files. We save the documents with the file name, with the customer name in your organization. Same way, you can save those documents, but in a digital format. So whenever, if you are outside or if you at customer place, and if you want to check that what the last invoices I have done to my customer or what kind of communications I have done with the customer, on click of the button you will get all those documents. So these are the softwares we provided along with the hardware. This is the main architect of that software. It is like analysis of document, manage the document, access the document. Now how analyzes? So you get the reports that how many person have accessed your document in your organization, what kind of document they have accessed. If they have done any editing, so you will get that who have person at what time, at what date he have done the edit and what kind of edit he have done. Even if you get the comparison also that what was the original document and after edit have done what are the changes has been done. So those kind of analysis report you have, can be get it. Capture is like from you can save your document from your Outlook mails or your from mobile phones or your from your laptop and desktops. All this can be saved in a single button. Same way, you can, as I told you, access. You can give the access as per the user wise. And last and more important, automated process. Now this is very important chapter in today's time. Earlier, if you see in your organization, if some document has to be provided to the customer, or in case if internal your customer also, like for example travel bill or your day-to-day expenses, you have to take a printout, you have to take approval with your manager, then you have to submit to the finance team. They will check it and they will do the payment. Now that everything can be happen on the digital process. You have not to move your document physically from one desk to other desk. You just fill the form and submit it. Automatically, it goes to the line manager. When line managers approve, it goes to your finance department. They can check it, and once they say okay, it go to the payment process. So everything's happen in the digital format, and all this data will be saved in your organization. So after 5 years, 6 years, whenever the audit is happen, you can just check out that who have approved this document and at what time, at what date has been done. So all this data will be available. We have ordered latest product also, which is known as a ESET. Today we have seen there are a lot of cases we found it out that malfunctions happen with your organization, in your servers, in your laptops and desktops. Lot of fake calls comes around, and lot of other things happen on that part. So we have a ESET which can predict that whether this file which you have received the mail, whether is a malfunction or not on that way, and it can detect and prevent your important documents. The last product which I have shown you, it is the network video surveillance. As I told you, that it can give you details of in and out of the person who have visited in your organization. It is basically very useful if you have the warehouse systems where, when the vehicles comes around, you can capture the vehicle's number, at what time that vehicle has come, what all of the products have been uploaded, and at what time that vehicle has left the organization, so your premises. So all this data will be available on that software. Apart from that, as I told you, we can provide a small printers also. So if you have a requirement for your personal use also, we have those kind of product available. In fact, we have kept the demo session at the behind of you can see. You can check the functions of the printer. You can take the printouts and you can use it, check it that how simple and easy it is used for the Canon printers. So the main questions comes around that what are the hidden costs available. In today's time use, we have seen it that there are a lot of people who use it the compatible toners. You can use the refurbished machine, but those all have all the cost which you are not aware to seeing it at a front level. But there will be a you will find it out that the breakdown is going consistently in your organization, and because of that it had a cost to you. So those kind of issues you will find it out. The very important part which we have today talk about also is the environment results. If you use a compatible or refurbished, it obviously affected the environment. So how can you use it, all this product line? So these are the typical problems that you have a multiple brands. So you have to contact with the multiple people for your product line. You have to manage the SLAs. You have the hidden cost and the space toners. Canon, what can help you out? Canon provide a simple solution to everything. All can happen in a simple click button. You have not to even give a call. If there is an issue in your printer, automatically a notification comes to the Canon that the problem has been aligned, and the engineer will be aligned, and you will automatically get the call number also. If the toner reduced around 10 to 20%, the automatically message goes to the Canon, and Canon provide the toner within 4 to 6 hours as per the location wise. So all this can be provided by the Canon. And the most important part, if you doesn't want to invest in the printer, we can provide the CapEx models also to you. We can provide the printers on rental basis also as per need or requirement. So suppose if you say you doesn't want to buy a printer, that's fine. We provided printer on rental basis also. It can be from 3 years to 5 years. When the Canon person comes in your organization, this is a 5-way we design the printing requirement in your organization. First, we understand about detailed assessment of your organization. How many documents on monthly basis you print it, how many documents you do the scanning, and how you are saving those kind of documents. Then we design the solution for you, that which is the best printer available for you, which is the best document digitalization solution will be suit for your organization. Then a professional team comes around, they do all the studies, they do the POC at your places, and then we provided the solution to you. And after you go for the product line, we do the review and do the support on that part. So this is not only about selling the product, it is about providing the solution to the customer, which is as per today's needs and requirement. This is all the benefit if you go with the Canon. We have been continuously receive the award for the best solution provided in our organizations. Also, if you see, we have a low energy cost. So very minimum level of energy cost is required to use the Canon machines. And last and more important, we have our own softwares and systems which can be useful to the customer. From last 9 years, we are number one, and that's because of customers like you. You use the Canon product. This is one-step solution for all your needs and requirements. This is the last product which we talk about the environment. So whatever machine we sell in India, we install those kind of prints. We install those kind of trees in India. Today we have planted more than 36,000 trees in India. So whenever we sell one printer to you, we will planted one tree on your name for the environmental benefit. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Sangeet. This was very insightful. And see, we are living in a generation where technology is perhaps very crucial, and it's not just about chat GPT पे सामान देख लिया फटाफट या Google कर लिया. Hardware is also very crucial, and especially if you look into automation. So I really recommend you all that you do check out the products. I check them out. I review tech. That's my main core focus. So I can tell you it's really interesting. Now on to our final session. Last but not the least, this is a special address by Mr. Kantarao Jinnah, Chief Manager, National Small Industries Corporation. I would like to welcome him on stage and address the crowd. Thank you so much.
Yeah, a very good evening to one and all. First of all, I thank Mr. Pandey, then Mr. Vivek for inviting NSIC. At the outset, I would congratulate everyone for the MSME Day for tomorrow. So having said this, I just wanted to say that, NSIC is comes under the Ministry of MSME. It's National Small Industries Corporation Limited, under the Ministry of MSME, and we support small-scale industries in a very big, large scale. So actually, if Mr. Vijay Kalantriji was, he would have been there, I could have shared with him, because honestly, he has shared a lot of, issues as far as, there are a lot of ifs and buts in the governments, as well as I have heard most of the panelists talking about it. But honestly, I can tell you there is a shift. There are a lot of things happening because paperwork has been, because see, we know our weakness. So let me put it point blank. We know our weakness. Weakness is paperwork. And we support you. We call, in our terminology, we call it as hand holding. So we support you in your paperwork. And we make sure definitely paperwork has reduced to a certain extent, honestly. But having said this, we really support you. तो वो दिन चले गए जहाँ पर आपको पेपर वर्क के लिए ये पेपर लाओ वो पेपर लाओ. वी डोंट डू दैट. अभी भी मेरा मैसेज था कि एक यूनिट को हमने सपोर्ट किया था, उसने दूसरे यूनिट को भी, उसका दूसरा यूनिट है, उसको भी हमारे साथ रजिस्टर किया है. So I can tell you that it's happening. So what I can tell you is, maybe, I have been, given, there is a short of time. So I can always tell you that what NSIC does for MSMEs. This is the one slide which speaks about what NSIC is all about. We support the MSMEs in 4 areas. One is marketing. If you see marketing, a lot of schemes what we have. We support you in, for example, if you see that raw material distribution in marketing, we provide you assistance of giving you the material, as a, primary material, because we have signed an MOU with most of the PSUs, wherein you get the material directly from the manufacturer to the end users. So, the cost benefit is always there because there is no dealer distributor in between. So there were, panelists talking about the cost, the competitiveness. If you can think that, if you can get the material directly from the manufacturer and you as an end user, there is a lot of cost saving. Apart from that, we always sign an MOU with you, even with the primary supplier. So when we sign an MOU on an all India basis, so the discounts what we get, we pass it on to the small scale industry. So having said this, there is a lot of savings which you can do it as far as marketing of raw material is concerned. Similarly, second point, registration of government purchases. Now, this is very, very important. See, I'm just going to touch upon all the important schemes what we have, because the rest of the things I know for sure that once we meet up, we can elaboratively discuss on that. But whatever I'm going to discuss, it is relevant for each and every industry, every company who calls themselves as an MSME. So registration of government purchase, in that, if you are participating in any government tenders, you are exempted from paying EMD. Margin, sometimes it is in crores. So that is exempted. Second, very, very important parameter is you get L1 plus 15% price preference. Now, for example, there is a non-MSE who is participating in that tender, and he has quoted 100 rupee, and you have quoted as a micro and small, like for example, turnover up to now, you say 100 crores. When you are bidding in that tender and you have quoted 115 rupees, 15 rupees more than the non-MSE, still you'll be called. If you can match to that 100 rupee, you will get 25% of that order value. So if it is 1 crore order value, you can get up to 25 lakhs. So that is a good thing for a micro small enterprises who can, definitely it is pertaining only to micro and small, not for medium. So having said this, now going forward, if you see that consortia and tender marketing, this scheme is little has been hold for some time, but this is still prevailing. In this, we can bid on your behalf. For example, if you are participating in any of the tender and financially, you are not qualified, then NSIC can give its turnover to your to your company, and based on that, you can always avail this benefit. We can bid on your behalf, and once it is awarded, then it is passed on to you. It's a back-to-back. Similarly, if we can do it for consortia, like it's a big order. For example, 50 crore order. Then like minds, people who are doing the same type of business can come together. They can bid. They can give the price to NSIC, and we bid on your behalf. And once we receive it based on your capacity, we will distribute. So this is also another area where you can take the benefit. Now, e-marketing B2B portal. This is another one where it's a portal. As it's digitalizing, in all the government sectors, we are digitalizing. There is a lot of different portals. Now, one of them is this MSME Mart, in which you can come to know the details about even the tenders. Now, when I'm talking about the government tenders, now you will know that if you are participating for if you can say you're participating in ONGC. Now, in that, if you want to know that previously, what was who have bid in that tender, who got it, at what price they got it. So, you can know the market information. So you can always think about this portal also. Apart from that, there are a lot of even global tenders. You will come to know about global tenders also. You can get the database. So through this website, in that you have 75% subsidy for micro enterprises. So it's still prevailing. Now the cost of this portal will be like 6,000 plus taxes as in registration for an annual subscription. But for micro industries, it is like 1,500 plus taxes for 1 year subscription. So I think you should think about this. Another one is ICT-enabled digital services. We talk about digital India, digitalization. So the trend is of digitalization. So even in this case, we have tied up with, Airtel for that, to make your office automation. Apart from that, we have signed with Zoho Software, wherein you can get the software for your company at a very discounted rate. See, we call ourselves as a facilitator. NSIC is a facilitator. It's filling the bridge, a gap between it's from the manufacturer to the end user. So, we give a lot of subsidies or the discounts through the associates what we have. So we have tied up with Zoho Software, where you can get 25% discount on any of the software which you want to avail from them. Similarly, Dun & Bradstreet, we have signed an MOU with Dun & Bradstreet. So in that also, if you want to know international data, like for example, some people want to go abroad and then explore the countries that what I have. Definitely that is personalized, that is good. But sitting in India, you can always get the contact number of that country, that people whom you want to supply. So you can get the exact people, name, number, email IDs also. So you can avail that benefit also in that which you have a discounts. So apart from that, if you see the last the procurement and marketing support. Now, in this, it is domestic exhibitions in which you can get the stall charges at a very discounted rates. It has been given by the MSME DFO, that is Development Facilitation Office. Along with that, NSIC give it for international cooperation. We provide for the discounts or the subsidies, what we call. For stall charges, we give up to 3 lakh rupee reimbursement. For one person's to and fro flight charges, it is up to 1.5 lakh rupee. And for freight charges, if you want to display your product or catalogs, carry catalogs, then up to 50,000 rupees you are being reimbursed. So totally 5 lakh rupees reimbursed on international exhibitions if you want to participate. And that is, in our portal, you can always see the calendar of the exhibitions which are ongoing. So if you feel that it is of your interest, then you can always get back to us. Second part is credit. Now, this is also very important. Now, people say, credit is always a problem for the people who are growing, who have started their business. We can always attach. Now, there are bankers. Now, there was a talk that, bankers have their own apprehensions about giving the loans or something. Definitely they have it. But having said this, in our area, we also support you in getting the credit through the bankers. We don't charge you anything as an MSME, but we'll make sure that you will get the limits through the banker within a time-bound frame. It will not go on stretching, but you will get in a time-bound frame, considering that you fulfill the criteria. Okay, so that is one. Second is, even in the sense that if you are starting new company as such, maybe a startup, there also we can assist you, and we will make sure that you will get it through like CGTMSE scheme or whatever, whatever schemes you are looking at. And we will help you in the paperwork. That's what I want to convey. Sometimes you are not aware about the paperwork. So in tandem with the, taking the bankers into confidence, we can definitely help you. So going forward, that is what credit facilitation through bank is concerned. Now in credit, if you see the procurement of raw material and bill discounting. Now here we can also provide you raw material for which we give it on credit for 180 days. This is very, very important. Here, the raw material could be anything. People who are looking for funding or credit, we give up to 180 days. There was a talk like, government was saying that 45-day mein payment karna hi karna hai. It is not applicable with us. This is our flagship scheme. We give credit for 180 days, that is 6 months. 6 months, we give it up to 5 crores. Under raw material assistance, you can buy any raw material. We give credit for 180 days. And for micro, definitely there is a rate of interest. For micro, it is 10% per annum. And for small and medium, it is 10.75% per annum. Similarly, again, going hand in hand is the bill discounting. If you see in that credit, now here, see, in any business, there are 2 bottlenecks. If you have good orders, you want money to procure raw material. So we are there up to 5 crores. We can assist you as a finance. And there is another bottleneck, like you have supplied, but then he's not paying on time. So, the chain is broken. So in that, we can we can discount your bills. Now here also, again, another 5 crores. 10 crores for any micro, small, medium enterprise. 10 crores is a big money. So I would really appreciate if someone who is looking forward, who is growing, aspiring to grow, have their turnover, they can always approach us. We can elaborate you. We can show you the files of your own product line, because we cater to all segments. Irrespective, including manufacturing, service, even trading, I'm saying. So, you can always approach us in this regard. So having said this, again, the last one, if you see in the credit, NSIC Venture Capital Fund. Now here, the people who really want to scale up, or want to go for IPOs, or want to have some turnkey projects. So if they're looking for 50 crores, 100 crores, 500 crores, they can always go through this portal, because this is our subsidiary. So, I may not talk much on this, but it's a subsidiary. You can always go through our website. It is nvcfl.com. You can always go, if you are interested in having that much of funds, even you can approach us. I will attach you to my concerned person. So having said this, these are the very primary and flagship schemes of ours, in which for your products, we can assist you in marketing. Along with that, we can assist you in the finance also. So technological front, yeah, we have the technical service centers also. People who want to, take trainings in the technical side of it. We have training centers. Definitely, we don't have in Mumbai or Maharashtra as such, which we are talking to the state government in this regard to give some space to us so that we can start our incubation centers or the training centers also. But otherwise, we have our technical service centers where children, the students come, get trained, and then we make them as an incubation so that we can support them to be an entrepreneurs. We attach to the bankers also to get the loans from the banks and even the machines from the banks so that they can be self-reliant. So in that, even the machine equipment and selling, these are all goes through our portal. And apart from that, yeah, one more thing which I wanted to put it is, if you see on the other marketing support, marketing intelligence cell. Now, this is very, very important because people want to know anything and everything about MSME machines or any other information, the latest of the informations. You can always get through our portal under the marketing intelligence cell. Having said this, this is the core schemes of NSIC. Now, one more thing which I want to highlight is for the exporters. For first-time exporters whose import-export certificate is valid up to 3 years, they can get up to 1 lakh rupee reimbursement on the product what they are going to inspect. If they want to supply any product internationally, they have to test that product before dispatch. So for testing of that component or a product, there is a scheme under which under the capacity building up to 1 lakh rupees reimbursed. So that is another area which you can always avail people who are interested in that. So similarly, there are other schemes which we are, like people, they were saying that, the amount is stuck with the government departments or the private players. There is a portal called as Samadhan portal. You can always register in that Samadhan portal so that, there will be an intervention from the Ministry of MSME. And definitely they will help you in recovery of your money. So that is one. Another is, grievances. There were people who were talking about there are a lot of grievances, from the government bodies. So there is a portal, there is Champions portal. So kindly go through that portal also. There is, in recent time, there is a lot of intervention, like from the government, that there should not be physically contact. Everything is through portal. So believe me, whatever you are putting, there will be a response to you. So everything is getting digitalized. So kindly look into all this. You have a solution. It's only a matter of just looking into that portal by itself. So Champions portal is the one where you can get all the information as far as MSMEs are concerned. Even your grievances will be solved. There is another portal called as Sambandh. I said about Samadhan portal. Now this is Sambandh portal, Sambandh. Now in this Sambandh portal, you'll come to know all the government orders. People who are looking for government orders. And as you know, government orders, it's an ocean, So I would really request to kindly go through this Sambandh portal also. You'll come to know there are a lot of orders from government, what they procure. So you can always access that. So having said this, I think time is short, but then I have covered most of my points, which I really wanted to convey. So I thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jina, and all our guests and all the audience. It really, really means a lot to us. And with this, we conclude the Thane edition of the ET Make in India SME Regional Summit. This is first of many that we are conducting this year. I really hope that you all stay with us and watch this all live. As we told you, this is going live on ET Digital platform. Lastly, I would like to thank all of our sponsors today and everybody who has helped us put this together. IDBI Bank as our banking and lending partner, the New India Assurance Company Limited as general non-life insurance partner, Canon as our tech enabler, and World Trade Center Mumbai All India Association of Industries as association partners. I would like to encourage all of you that before we all depart for dinner, हम ज़रूर इन सभी stalls पर एक बार जाएं, इनके products के बारे में जानें. This will help us understand it better and also help us understand how they can help you in your businesses. It's very crucial. अपने 5 मिनट ज़रूर दीजिएगा इन सभी stalls पे. आप सबको कुछ ना कुछ ज़रूर सीखने को मिलेगा. Thank you once again to all the speakers and our audience. We hope that you all found this very, very helpful. And अब समय आ गया थोड़ा पेट पूजा का. So please Go out, have dinner, and I'll see you there. If you have any questions, please feel free to network. This is what this entire event is about. Network, 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 and learn about each other. Thank you so much, everyone. A huge round of applause for everyone who attended today. Thank you once again.